Well, let me tell you the craziest thing I ever did. So I was dating this guy, right? We've been together for a minute. Things were getting serious. He started talking about marriage, and I'm like, okay, this is it. We're about to make it official. My parents loved him. Everyone thought he was the one. But the Lobola conversation, oh my gosh, that's where it all went left. So one day he sits me down. He's all, babe, I want to do this right. I want to pay Lobola to your family, but I'm struggling with money. Mind you, this man had a job, but he was always struggling. So I'm thinking, all right, if I help him this once, he'll show up for us later on, you know? Anyway, he asked for the money, 50,000 Rand. He said he'd give it back once he got paid. Promised me up and down. I don't know what got into me. Maybe it was the fantasy of getting married or just not wanting to disappoint my family. So guess what I did? I gave it to him. Yes, sis, I paid for my own lobola. I basically lobola'd myself. Oh gosh. The day of the negotiations, my parents were sitting there and he's acting all proud, handing over my money like he did something. It was so messed up, but I stayed quiet because, well, I'd already invested in this, right? I didn't want to be the girl who backs out over money, especially since my family had already gone all in with the traditional stuff, preparing for our wedding and all.
Bati, at least I'm married, but show me at what cost? Is this empowerment or is it just desperation at play? Lobola was meant to be a gesture of love, commitment, and respect, a man showing that he is ready to build a life with you, but somewhere along the line, it became another thing for women to stress over. Imagine two families gathering together, the uncles wearing their best, cows being counted, the groom has supposedly proven himself and his readiness to marry. Pride, tradition, masculinity, all neatly packaged. Gandhi, it is all a performance. Lobola is meant to be an act of honor. It's meant to say, your daughter is valued. I see what you have invested in her, and I come with intention. It's a cultural, spiritual, and symbolic thing. But when a woman pays for her own lobola in an effort to help the men out, that symbol or that idea of what the union is about starts to collapse. It becomes less about being chosen and more about choosing or forcing to be chosen. Imagine being the one to give money that your man will send to your family. A true mbokodo. Sometimes it's a loan that she'll never get back. Now we need to understand, why do women do this? The answer isn't simple. It's wrapped in fear, societal pressure, and deep-rooted internalized beliefs. For many women, marriage is not just a personal milestone. It's social currency. It's respect and legitimacy. So if a man drags his feet or complains about the cost, she might rather pay for it herself than face the shame of a failed relationship, especially if she has already invested years, children, and emotional labor into the union. What is sad about a woman paying for their own lobola is what it enables. It enables the rise of men who are willing to perform masculinity without responsibility. Men who accept the praise and respect that come with lobola without doing the work. Men who want to be deemed or seen as providers while the woman carries the burden of making that image possible. Men who are okay with being paid for as long as no one finds out. This isn't just about money, it's about what happens when women help men pretend to be ready. Paying for your own lobola may seem like a shortcut to the finish line, but it is a marriage built on performance, on debt, on resentment, on pretending, shaky from the start. You deserve a love that values you without needing you to fund the illusion.